Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. What the hell happened to the weekend? Felt like I blinked and it was Monday. I woke up this morning, alarms going off, thinking, well, why do I have an alarm set for Sunday? And then it hit me, yeah, it's Monday. And to touch on my video Friday, I was all excited because it was like my first work day that week without being rushed off to some tower site to work my ass off all day. I was excited about it. I uploaded that video, and an hour after I uploaded it, was sitting here. The owner came in, walked over to my desk, and was like, "Hey, you're gonna hate me." And I instantly was like, "Nope, not going anywhere, not doing it, don't care." And yeah, he was like, "Man, I got nobody else. I'm screwed. I need you to go handle this." And off I went in the middle of nowhere. If you feel like playing around on Google Maps or Google Earth, I was in Cogar, 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 Oklahoma. It's south of Highway 152, working on a freestanding tower out there. That's what I did with my Friday. And generally, I get off work about 4 o'clock. And I know this has nothing to do with this, but shut up. This is my channel. I'll talk about my life if I want. Anyway, generally I get off work about 4 o'clock, head home. Sometimes I'm out way later. About 3:30 rolls around. We figure out that everything up the tower is dead. Okay? I'm on the phone with the owner, and he's like, well, I'll contact our climber, who's way south of Oklahoma City, down in more Norman area. He's like, I'll send him your way, and you guys just climb and replace everything. At 3:30. If I left at that moment, I wouldn't have made it back to the office until after 4. I was like, hell no. Nope, not doing that. I'm not going to be out till 8 o'clock at night. No. So I contacted the guy we were hiring out to climb this tower, because I'm done with the climbing bullshit. Unless it's an emergency, I'm not climbing anymore. I'm finished. I got too much nerve damage in the hands. So I was like, nope, done. Told the boss that shit ain't happening. I'm on my way back to the office now. You guys can figure that shit out later. Which he fully understood. Because ultimately, if I decide no, I'm not doing something, well, I'm not doing it. So I've been with this company damn near a decade and a half. I'll do whatever the hell I want. All right, so now that we've spent 3 minutes talking about my life and my work, let's get into today's video. So like I was saying, Thursday or Friday, one of those days, that I was working a deal over some modretro games. These are them. So I picked all these up on the cheap, which modretro games, for your Chromatic or your Game Boy Color, they're not expensive. Okay, This isn't fucking Nintendo, okay? Nintendo has made no money in any way off of this. Ha. Anyway, yeah, they're not Nintendo, so they're not releasing $80 games for, what is essentially a Game Boy Color system. So these are all ranging about $40. So new $40, and they give you that feeling that Nintendo forgot we loved, when you get a new Game Boy game or any game and you open it up and you're excited to see what's in the box. You're on your way home, maybe with your parents, and you open up the box, and guess what? Inside the box, you get the game, you get the booklet, you're looking at the game. They even add these little charms that come with all the games. You can attach them to your Chromatic. They have a spot for it. Look at the game cover. Can't wait to get home and play this shit, right? Remember this as a kid? Some of you don't. But we used to get this experience. You're on your way home and you're looking through the game book. So excited to get into this. Who is this person? What you're so happy about it. And I guess that's what I like about what modretro is doing. They're bringing that back with the Chromatic. And it's why I go out of my way to get stuff like this. Because I remember doing this as a kid. being excited to come home and read these booklets on the way, get home, put a game in my Super Nintendo or whatever I had at the time and play the hell out of it. And there was always these. I love that they keep the note section in the back of the book. I've probably, as a kid, used that note section one time to write down a code for something. So, let's get these out. Take a closer look at this little charm. Let me get my camera to focus on it. It's not going to focus. There it is. That kind of. Anyway, whatever. A lot of times when you get these games, if they've been opened, the person took the charm out. I've been lucky. I think every one of these has had the charm. Most of them I did buy new, but if I've seen a lot of them, like when I work a deal for these, the person didn't even list that the charm was there, and I get them, and oh, look, the charm was there. Now I've bought stuff off of Modretro's site. Stuff like this deserves my money. You know what I mean? Now, I know my channel focuses on handheld emulation. You know, Anbernic, all that stuff. Let's check this out. Nice little see-through little charm of the person. Anyway. Yeah, my channel focuses on all that. Let me be very, very clear on my stance with all this. The games that I play on my handheld devices, for the most part, are the classics that I have no way of getting from any company. I would have to get them, you know, eBay, things like that, and pay $300-$400 for some classic titles. And I'm not going to do that. Oh, it's just it's the C. That's a cool ass charm. This one I was excited about. I'm really bad at games like Beat Saber. My wife is amazing. She had a channel for a long time. Her videos were crazy. Anyway. So let's jump into Tales of Monsterland. I've played these already. I just put them all back in the box to show them off. I got to update the firmware on this actually really badly. Anyway, but yeah, when it comes to like the piracy and the ROMs thing, the only thing I really fight with on that is releasing or sending handhelds with ports on them. I think that's a good way to cause problems and get things shut down and stopped because you want to sell ports or sell the handheld and have ports loaded onto it. That is stupid. That needs to stop. When it comes to everything else, where you get stuff and all that, yep, I don't care. Okay, companies like Nintendo are not what they used to be, and I don't give a shit. Because they don't give a shit. Oh. You know what, let's restart this. I forgot. I don't even know what I was doing on the game. Anyway. But yeah, I have no intention of ever getting a Switch 2 if it provides Nintendo with that money. I will buy a used one and make sure it's not already banned, shut down, whatever, because they're creating a lot of e-waste with that. And they're like, we have no way to undo it, so all these Switch 2s are now just essentially trash. But I hate what they've become. And honestly, all the stuff going on with new games being $80, we shouldn't stand for that. The Switch 2, which is a slightly bigger Switch, it's not new, it's not inventive, it's the worst release they've had in my book. When it comes to innovation, let me be clear. Not sales numbers. I hate to see sales numbers. I'm one of those people that wished that shit was super low because no one would stand for the price and the price of the games. But there's only a select group of us in this type of hobby that know how Nintendo really is. Ooh. And the last thing I'm going to say on that subject, every time I talk about this, even in person with people, they always go down the road of, what are you going to do? Nintendo's such a big company. If they come after you, they're like the largest company there is. I mean, they can do what they want. Yeah, and the way I see it, they're not the largest corporation out there. We are. Okay? As a consumer, we're the larger number. Keep that shit in mind. Alright. So what is this? Tales of Monsterland? Yep. Alright, so it looks like we get a little classic little side scroller action. I do know in this game you can get different power. Ooh, it's a cat. You get different powers and like turn into like monsters. Like you can get, as you've seen on my save file, I was a wolf. Let's check this music out. I haven't played much of this. I think I've turned each one on and played just a little bit. By the way, guys, I spent a good amount this weekend looking at stuff for the channel, and I don't mean handhelds and things. I did some of that. I was looking at different camera setups, things like that, to try and better the channel. You know, when I have the funds, I have two different cameras I'm looking at that I'll probably end up trying one of them. I don't have any money, so they just gave me the sword. Like, here. Oh, no. Did I just... Oh, cool. If you press down, you do a little backwards dash. Ooh, that sword swing, I forgot. It feels kind of like some old school Flash game slash... Not that it's bad. I killed a butterfly. Yes, right. To hell with anything happy or pretty or fun. I'm the Grinch. Damn, house got a hole in the roof. What's up with that? Oh, that's awesome. I thought I was just going to heal nothing because I'm not hurt, but it actually gave me higher max health. I don't think I did that on my main game. Okay, there's no dropping through there. I'll probably have to restart my main file because I don't think I went in that house. I think I was just messing around and running right through this. I can tell you right now, though, the main character of this game is doing the wrong thing. He needs to be playing some basketball. I mean, this guy got a vertical. I mean, dude's got hops. Is that a tutorial book I'm collecting? Oh, see that down thing is going to get me killed. I guarantee later in the game I'm going to go to like try and drop through the platform, press down. And that's, did I just... Oh, nope. It was just timing. But I'll do that and end up backing off of the cliff. Anyway, Tales of Monsterland. I'm not going to stay playing it, obviously. Little side scroller action. Dude with mad hops is lost and in a different world trying to get home. You know? clearly he's trying to get to the NBA tryouts. Let's move over. All right, let's attempt this name. Traumatarium Penitent. I probably butchered the shit out of that name. Now, I did find this on itch.io. You can get the ROM for, I think it was like $10. So if you don't want the box and the actual game and the manual and a little charm and all that, and don't care about that stuff, you can hop over to itch.io and buy it from the people who created it. Now, this isn't a game I would have went for if it wasn't like bundled up with these. Because when it comes to like RPGs and stuff, I like to be able to see my characters standing there. I like to see the party. I like to see them attack, even if it's a cheap animation. So RPGs where you just, the old ones where you just see the monsters show up and it's like more of a text-based game. It's like, you attack for 12 damage. The bat hit you for 4. That, for some reason, I don't like that style of game. Okay? Which sucks because a lot of the older, like, Dragon Quest games and some of the older Final Fantasy games are like that, and I have trouble playing them because of that. Now, Lufia for Game Boy Color, I thought it was going to be like that the first time I played it, because all I could see is, like, all my characters down in this little bar, but when you attack, they attack from that spot. So, like, the Lufia, was it Fortress of Doom? Anyway, let's get to... Oh, okay, so... A. I have found the fruit. Oh, shit. Shop. I don't think I can afford anything. Okay, leave. Okay, at least it didn't, like, leave with me facing that way now, trying to figure out, learning the map. It reminds me of that dungeon on Final Fantasy VIII, where you get the brothers summon. Now, if you guys ever played it, you know what I'm talking about. But you have to figure out the map. The map stays static. Your movements matter, so you got to figure out which way you're facing. Every time I'm around someone who played that, I had to help them with directions, because I could keep it straight in my head which way we're facing and where we're going. I work so hard, but all my money. Well, guess what, buddy? Shit doesn't get any better. Okay, let's see. Going that way. Let's go up. What's in these crates? Fruit. His name's Bob. You found the fruit. No, I'm kidding. We're not going to get into that type of subject, everybody. Honestly, when it comes to that stuff, you do you. I don't care. But yeah, that type of stuff, I have no issues with any of that. Like I said, do what you do. Bob likes to find the meat. Anyway, I'm still going to make jokes, though. All right, I'm from that generation, and I'm definitely nowhere. I'm not PC at all. I'll say whatever the hell I want, and if it offended you, it was probably meant to offend you. So far, this is just walking around collecting meat and fruit. I'm playing first-person Stardew Valley here. Really. Just walking around collecting meat. I'd like to get into a fight. How the fuck did I die? What? Okay. This game's going to be fun. Random death. Awesome. I'm going to go back and have to watch this video and see what the hell was happening. Because as far as, you know what? He had too much meat. Smashed out too much fruit and meat. Let's kick on Shanty. Oh, be right back, guys. On. All right, returned. So Shanty's going to be a lot like, it's like a pirate RPG with Beat Saber style mechanics, or I guess Guitar Hero would be more accurate. And this is my save file. I can tell you right now, I've done one fight, and the game was like no tutorial on like what to press or where it's going. So it showed 4 or 5 bars, whatever, on the right hand side. It showed like everybody together, like kind of rock band style against another group. The game didn't say like this column's the left area, this column, or this column's the left arrow, this column's the right, this is the B, this is the A. It didn't say that. What the game said was 3, 2, 1, and I was like, holy shit! And I'm bad at those games, and somehow I got through it. All right, focus up, camera. Stay on the game. Oh, I was doing something. But yeah, you get to... Oh. You get to sell your ship wherever you want. Here's the map. All the little dots are ports. If I remember correctly, I was docking here. The sand looks a lot like Link's Awakening. Oh, sweet. I didn't know that would be part of it, doing little side quests, delivering stuff. I do know I'm probably not going to get into any type of combat anytime soon with where the story's at, because yeah, something happened and now it's just me and one other person on the ship, so we don't even have a big enough group to fight. But we are recruiting, I believe, if I remember what was going on. We're looking for people to join us. Cluck. Nice little skinny hound church. Anyway, the music's not bad. The combat's definitely difficult, though, for someone like, you know, at least for me it is. Come on. But for some reason, when I seen this game coming out and they were talking about, oh, we're getting ready to release this, I got excited for it, even though I don't play, like, rhythm games at all. Trying to provoke a fight here if I can. Like, let me do a test battle or something, like practice. Hell yeah, I'll have a drink. Oh, nice. That chick's gonna, or that guy's gonna leave there with a bit of the scurvy, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure that's not the only thing she's gonna give him. Pirate Fortress, hell yeah. God, the focus right now on this video, man. I'm sorry, everybody. This shit keeps going in and out, in and out, in and out. I can tell you right now, it's good. I got sunlight coming in from this direction, my reflection on the glass coming back, and then the light from the screen. It's all over the place. And then this probably isn't helping in the background. So it's fine if I keep it tilted back, but when I tilt up, it starts to go crazy because it's trying to focus in on me. Well, I was hoping they were going to fight. Anyway, so that's kind of Shanty and this other one. I was going to try and show combat in this other one, but it's essentially you see the thing in front of you that you're fighting, and then you use your D-pad to select. In this one, you use your D-pad to select, you know, attack. And I don't mean like you move over and hit A. I mean you have 4 options: up, down, left, or right. I gotta clean the blood off my hand. Anyway, I just realized that. I ain't gonna get that anyway. So, you know, you right arrow, defend, you know, up, attack. It's... I wouldn't have picked this up if I had the choice. Nothing to the creators. The artwork is great. It looks good. I actually can't recall the music, so I'm not going to comment on that. Just not my style of game. So if it wasn't bundled with them, I probably would not have bought this one. They have that little skeleton game, Hermano, I think it is. I would have rather had that in there, but these two I was generally interested in. Early take on them. This seems like it'll be fun. This seems like it's going to be, I don't know, a lot of dialogue with fights few and far between. Although the fights were kind of fun. The one fight I did in probably the hour of gameplay. It was fun. I just, you know, it'd be cool if there was like random encounters and shit. Anyway, so far the best release for the modretro Chromatic, and it's not a release for the modretro Chromatic, to be clear. It was released on Incubate Games, and I believe there was a copy on itch.io at some point, and there was an original, a first version of the game, but I'm talking about Dragon Him, whatever. Originally, that was Dragonborn, and it was a regular Game Boy game, you know, those that color, no color to it. I even had a copy of it. You can still get it. You just have to look AliExpress and get a repro copy. But they acted like that didn't exist anymore because they were releasing the color version with some, I think some things were updated on it. They were releasing the color version, Dragon Him, whatever. So it's like they tried to erase the existence of the first one. Which, haha, I know about it. The only thing that made me mad about the Chromatic is when it came out, I'm one of those people that see comments where people are like, oh my god, they're releasing this cool RPG, you know, it's only for the Chromatic. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not only for the Chromatic. It's been on Incubate Games as a, you know, coming soon title for a long time. It's no. Anyway, so yeah, the physical copy is for the Chromatic, but you can get digital copies of the game. To me, that's the best release so far. And yeah, I have one. You guys already seen that. I have the book, the box, everything. And some of the puzzles in there, like learning how to translate a language on that game from, you needed the book for it. So I'm not sure. You don't have to look it up if you get the ROM, I think. I can't remember how that went, but it was like something about translating a language to figure out a puzzle. That was pretty cool. I'm not big into stuff like that, but that was pretty cool. And the RPG combat, I could see the character, I could see the enemy, I could see attacks. It's what I want in RPG. So, all right, guys. Updates on where we are with things. I am not sure about the screen attachment for the Retroid Pocket 5. I'll have to get with the sponsor and see if he has any updates on tracking or whatever. I haven't even... Since we ordered it, I quit looking at it, so I don't remember if it's a pre-release or starting next month shipping. And you know what? I think it was shipping starting next month. How come the 5th is sticking out in my mind? Anyway, so next month we'll have that. My RG slide, as of last night, was in Chicago, Illinois, and on its way to me. So probably another day or so on that. Now, I'm considering with the RG slide, I'm considering doing everything live. Set up all of it. I'm considering going live that morning with it. Which is a good thought, but when I get the slide, it'll be end of my work day. I'll be going home. It'll be sitting there. I'm definitely going to open it and mess with it first. So I'll probably... You know what, instead of a setup, let's change it to, if I have time, I'm going to do a live with the RG slide of just gameplay and talk to people. Now, that's if I can get into this office early enough that morning. If I cannot, it'll just be a regular video like this one. Yeah, that's where we're at. So, slides on the way. Maybe do a live with that, maybe not. The extra screen or the screen attachment for our RP5 is on the way. Also, I looked, for some reason, I couldn't help myself. I kept looking at the Magic 040 this weekend. I would randomly watch a video on it. There's not a lot out there on that. You guys realize that, right? There's like, very few people did an actual video on it, and what they did was not that great of a video. Not a whole lot of gameplay. Joey did good. The rest was kind of lackluster, I guess. Love Joey's retro handheld. He's like the person out there that I would say is the closest to my personality. Yeah. I don't have a case for my Chromatic, so it still goes in its box. Packing everything up because I got to unlock the door in 1 minute. Anyway. All right. Ending. You know where we're at with the slide. You know where we're at with the screen. I feel like I'm missing something. That's why I'm stalling. But whatever. I'll figure it out next time, everybody. So let me know what you think. Do you have a Chromatic? Have you tried any of these games? I know me showing you these games didn't show you a whole hell of a lot. So it wasn't that great of a look at this game because most of it was talking and walking around. Killed a couple things. Died somehow. A lot of talking. Still love them. I love having this physical collection. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get my ass to work. I'll see you in the next episode.